Case reveal.
So aside from playing music, I also make soap from scratch in my kitchen. I make little small batches, and it was kind of a hobby at first, but then I was like, you know what, I've got tons of soap, I gotta start selling this. And I was really picky about what I put on my body and in my body, so I thought, I can't really trust what's out there, so I'll just make it myself. And it's about 95% organic by weight. And then all the oils are, like, whenever I can get organic or expeller press, the best ingredients I can get. So I've got one here. This is kind of like a detox bar. It's got calcium bentonite clay in it. Cedarwood oil, tea tree oil. It's like antibacterial, antifungal. So it's really good for dreads. And like shampoo, that's what I call it, dread to toe.
Oh,
Because it
interesting.
also is really good for your body and your face too.
Or just double it up and pin it to itself.
Oh, it smells awesome.
And this is one that's very similar to that in formula, except for different scents. This one has frankincense and tea tree, but it also has coffee grounds, so it's like a nice exfoliant. That one's good for like the scalp and washing hair too. But I think without the clay or without the coffee grounds is better for dreads, so you don't have to have like the little
Pick
chunks.
the coffee grounds.
Yeah. Then I also have some patchouli lavender. It's a 2-pack, but it's hidden next to the detox one there. Oh, here's one just straight up by itself.
I love lavender.
Oh, and all these are vegan too, by the way.
Oh, really? So they're not made with the goat's milk or anything?
Nope, I make all these like
Why do
with all
people say?
vegetable-based stuff.
Why do people say that? That like you can't do it with like without glycerin or?
Well, you have to find it's tougher. You have to like use more expensive oils if you go like vegetarian or vegan, but like it's easier to make a nice soap with animal fats.
Well, and I think that people are willing to pay if they know, they're willing to pay a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think. I mean,
So like as far as what oils go into these, I think the main one in every one is olive oil.
oh, nice.
The next one is coconut oil. And the secret ingredient, well, it's not so secret, but shea butter. Like they're all 10% shea butter, and that really like adds to the moisturizing.
Right.
And then it's just like the additives like coffee or this one's got lavender flowers and sandalwood.
Oh, beautiful.
So the additives kind of make it like exfoliant, like a little bit of a scrub to it.
Very cool. And where do you like where do you sell it? At places like this, obviously.
Just like this
Yeah.
is like my first step. I've been selling them to friends
Yeah.
and stuff at first, and I was thinking about the farmers market and stuff in my
Oh,
town.
yeah, that's a good idea. That's fun if you've got all these different avenues.
Mm-hmm.
You can just combine them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, like I love coming to the festivals, so it's,
Right.
you might as well
call
like
this 10
do
patches.
something you love at a place you love.
Right. What's like the shelf life of something like that? I mean, you use it, so it's.
Well, I don't know. I've never had one go bad. So, I mean, I store them like in a humidity controlled environment on a rack with a fan and a dehumidifier going. So, like, while they're curing, it really pulls the moisture out.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you get rid of the moisture, and they're by nature very basic, like on the pH scale, so that keeps bacteria and things from growing in the oils. So, I don't know, I would guess a year. Some people say if you store them right, they can last a really long time, a couple years. Like if you were to let it sit in a car,
Right,
maybe
then-
it'd go bad faster, or in a really humid environment. I don't know.
Cool. And I imagine, well, because it's all natural, it'd be safer like a lake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think so. I mean, everything is, like all the ingredients are pretty natural. Olive oil, coconut oil, shea butter, clay, lye.
Where do you get your
castor oil.
ingredients?
I get most of them from this place called Bulk Apothecary.
Oh, nice. I think I've heard of it.
And then the things like that I have to get all the time, I get from Walmart, but I do get like their organic expeller press oils
Nice.
from there. So kind of a crappy place to get them, but still good ingredients.
Right. Are you looking for other suppliers ever, or?
Yeah, I guess it's always like if I can find a better source or like where it's like they treat the environment better.
Right.
like,
Be interesting to find certain people to partner or not partner with, but like, get supplies from them.
Yeah, I like Bulk Apothecary though. They're really nice to work with. I mean, I get essential oils from them, and they're in these giant containers like this big.
Nice.
Usually you see like tiny little things, but when you get to like buying the big ones, it's like you're spending hundreds of dollars.
Right,
But,
right.
so you got to move the product and stuff. But,
So how much is, they have different prices, I imagine?
they're all 1 for $6, 2 for $11, or 3 for $15. And I do have a couple ones that are slightly smaller. I weigh them to make sure they're like big enough. And there's a couple ones that are smaller, so I'll sell those a little cheaper. But these are all the standard price, except for this one. This one's a different one. It's a little cheaper.
So then, like, how long would a bar of soap like this last if you take a shower like every other day?
If you take I don't know. It's hard to say. Like if, like, say you were using, I use this one for like a hand washing soap, and it'll last probably like 2 months maybe. But if you wash like your hair and your face and your body, I would take a shower every day, and it'll probably last me like a month. And that's an estimate because I have like 10 bars that I'm trying out all the time in my shower. But it all depends on like how much you use. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
And you have to know about proper soap etiquette too.
Oh, would you explain that?
Yeah.
Because that sounds like a very interesting.
So as we, as a society, move away from bar soap, and I think most people use liquid nowadays, you get away from knowing like the tricks to make a bar of soap last longer. And the key is to letting it dry out in between using it. So
Interesting.
if you have it up on a rack or in a dish that has like ridges so it doesn't sit in a puddle of water, that'll cause them to melt if they're constantly wet.
Right, right.
And then that'll drip down in the drain and go away. So if you can let it dry out in between, sometimes I will, like if they're starting to get a little soggy, I'll take the bar and before I even wet my hands, I'll just wipe that off in my hands, and then the bar is nice and dry, but I still get the soap in my hands, and that really prolongs the life a lot too.
Awesome.
So
Interesting soap etiquette.
yeah,
I like
soap
that.
etiquette. You have to be respectful to your soaps, and I mean they see you naked every day, so
And they have lots of spirits, plant spirits in them. So
yes, yeah.
yeah, I like that.
A
Cool.
lot of plant spirits.
So it's called Earth Soaps.
Yes. Oh, and I had to put my name on there too, Steve's Earth Soaps.
Okay, Steve's Earth Soaps. That makes sense. Do you have a website or?
I don't. Right now it's all just on foot and like word of mouth and stuff, but
Yeah.
that's the next step eventually.
Well, and it's good because if you don't have the amount made, or you don't have, you know, the money right now, it's pointless to, because then all of a sudden you're gonna have all these orders.
Yeah.
But then maybe you could, you know, quit your day job if you have one.
Right, yeah. This is just my summer job.
Cool, thank you.
Well, Ollie, that